Today we're going to continue looking at complex sentences. Last time we looked at complex sentences, we looked at ones starting with, hopefully this sounds familiar, awubis. For those of you that don't remember, this is an acronym for our subordinating conjunctions: after, although, as, when, while, until, because, before, if, and since. So we looked at complex sentences starting with an awubis and a dependent clause, meaning it cannot stand on its own, followed by an independent clause. Don't forget the comma. Awubis, dependent clause, comma, and then your independent clause. So again, that should just be review for you guys. Today, there is another type of complex sentences that we're going to take a look at, which starts with the independent clause. Then comes your subordinating conjunction, or your awubis, and then your dependent clause. Notice there is no comma when the independent clause comes first, then an awubis, and then your dependent clause. Okay? So pay careful attention to when to use the comma and when not to use the comma. A couple of examples. I got a bad grade. This is an independent clause because it can stand by itself. Now let's add one of our subordinating conjunctions. I got a bad grade because I didn't complete my checklist. Hopefully that hasn't happened to any of you. But if it has, easy fix. So I got a bad grade, independent clause, because I didn't complete my checklist. You have your awubis, and that makes it our dependent clause. Because I didn't complete my checklist is not a sentence on its own. Okay? Now, you guys go ahead, complete the same sentence. I got a bad grade using an awubis and the rest of your dependent clause.
Remember, you can pause the video if you need time to think of one.
Now, let's look at another one. I was sick to my stomach. Again, we have our independent clause. Now I'm going to insert an awubis. I was sick to my stomach after eating all my Halloween candy. Hopefully this isn't you tomorrow. Independent clause, awubis, which makes the rest of it our dependent clause. After eating all my Halloween candy, that cannot stand on its own. Also notice, no commas for either of these. Again, please take a moment, pause, and come up with your own for the same beginning. I was sick to my stomach. Choose one of your awubis words, and then finish that sentence. Finally, let's look at one last example. My friends were impressed. Which awubis do I want to use? My friends were impressed when they saw my dance moves. They're pretty awesome. I know I saw some on Friday from you guys. My friends were impressed. Again, that is an independent clause. That part can stand on its own and be a sentence by itself. No comma. I selected an awubis, and then when they saw my dance moves, that is my dependent clause. Again, go ahead, pause this video, complete your own. My friends were impressed. Awubis with your dependent clause.